What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got the singles championship. We got the champ Dan Murrell defending the belt against rookie sensation Paul Oyama. Paul was one of the greatest players in the fan leagues, and he's had a great run in the Schmoedown thus far. Now, I'm not saying that he can't defeat Dan Murrell, because he absolutely could, but I'm predicting that Murrell will retain his belt, but it should be an amazing match, so let's get started.
You know, I'm going to be just like you. I'm going to start an infinity war against the Schmoedown. I'm going to take everybody down. I'm going to make you proud of me. Greetings, peasants! It is I, your new commissioner. But you will simply call me your captain. Now, my reign has been short, but I've already made it clear that I will be doing things the right way. My way. For far too long, this league has browsed over the true competitors and given ridiculous favors and rules favoring those who simply do not deserve it. Those days are gone. I've already been working tirelessly to clean up this garbage dump that Emma and Sam have been neglecting. First of all, the rules. What are they? No one knows. Week to week, they seem to change. There will be an official rule book printed out with rules that I will add my special touch to. This book will be available for those to reference when a problem arises. Champions. I was the first Inner Geekdom champion, and if it wasn't for that weasel Navarro, I would still be champion, because I would have defended that belt until the day I left this earth. Today's champions will have to earn it. I was made aware that a champion only needs to defend a championship twice before gaining an automatic rematch. Gone! From this day forward, the champions will have to defend their titles four times before earning an automatic rematch. That's my rule, and it goes into play today. The free-for-all winner. Next year, Andrew Guy or McWeeny will win the free-for-all and receive a title shot of their choosing. There has never been an official set time of when this title shot has to take place. A full year from free-for-all to free-for-all. For example, Dan Murrell and William Bibiani have until next year's free-for-all to use their shots. And now this leads me to the tournaments. This is where the system will work in my favor. Now, yes, my reign at the moment is from July 15th to August 15th. However, the tournaments need a commissioner to run both tournaments, and I assign myself to be the commissioner for both the singles and team tournaments. So, I am creating a job that I am hiring myself to do. This current job is only a month long. However, my job as tournaments commissioner will run until the end of the season. I will set the brackets, I will make the rules, and I will determine the prize of the tournament. This is just the beginning. You think Kalinowski and Tad mixed things up? They tried to do it under the guise of fairness. This is a pure power trip. This is pure dominion. This is annihilation. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a dictatorship. I want to make you proud.
You gotta love Robert Meyer Burnett.
Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff, trying to class up to join because my half-sleeve partner is here. Mark Baby Carrot, tell us what's up, buddy.
That's right, Christian. You and I both don our Sunday best for a big matchup, and boy, what a 5-round extravaganza of movie trivia know-how we have in this Schmoedown. Paul Oyama, Dan Murrell. Oh, and there's a little bit of waist jewelry on the line.
That's right, it is for the movie trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World, and man, what a journey it's been for the challenger, Paul Oyama.
You never stop believing.
When you go, it's funny because there was a picture that was posted recently, and there's that picture right there. It's Paul Oyama taking a picture with the champion, and that's when Paul came to a live event as a fan.
It's so adorable.
He came as a fan, right? And then he got himself in the fan leagues, and he never lost a match. And it was Chance Ellison everyone was talking about. Chance Ellison is the fan competitor that's going to take the league by storm. Well, Paul Oyama said, nope, prime time is here, and him and the Dungeon, they've taken storm. They've gone 4-0, looking to become 5-0. Someone else that went 5-0 in their first season in singles, Dangerous Dan Murrell, did it back in 2016, where he won the championship. He won 5 in a row. Played you that particular year in the main event.
That wasn't me. That was Santa Claus. That was somebody totally different. I don't know who you're talking about.
But it's really, you look at it, it's old school versus new school, and Dan Murrell is absolutely a legend of the game. The guy is 12-4. He has 8 knockouts. He's regarded as the greatest to ever play the game. Sorry, Sam Levine. But he's in the argument for sure. And it is one of those matchups. It is one of those matchups to where you see this new school competitor against the old guard. What's going to happen?
That's what I love. I love it when you're talking about athletics, whether it's basketball, football, golf, or movie trivia. I mean, you have people that grew up worshiping Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and then all of a sudden you're playing against them. Or somebody grows up, they want to be like Tiger Woods. They take pictures of them when they're kids. Then all of a sudden they're competing against them on the golf course. That is the situation that Oyama finds himself in right now, and I'm fascinated by this. I cannot believe that we have kept this engine running as long as we have. Oyama was a little zygote when Murrell was beating people like me in championship matches, and now he gets to face him in one. He could be walking out of here with Dan Murrell's belt.
And what's funny when you say that, though, too, if Paul Oyama wins today, at 22 years old, will be the youngest champion of all time.
He's 22?
So, if he can do it.
Oh, it's gross.
If he can do it. But he ain't going to have a... And Dan Murrell, should he win today, by the way...
will be the oldest champion.
You know, this will be his 4th all-around title defense that he has had. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. And we are so excited to see how we got here today. Here we go.
Ready, boys?
We're calling up some kids to the major leagues here today, Danielle. Paul Primetime Oyama is coming in from the fan leagues, follows in Chance. He's our second competitor that I plucked from the fan leagues. He believes that he'll be champion within his first 4 matches.
You know, you got Dan Murrell and Irwin and Roca and all these guys, and their time's up.
You've had a crazy year.
Champion of the world once again!
I love setting a new challenge for myself. I love people to just get that much more fire.
We've seen you play some of the biggest monsters in this game. Like, who is out there that could still potentially rival you and challenge you?
Old McMurrell had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Danny boy, you better be ready. Donnie Darko.
Here's the real deal, Jack. Tonight, I'm unleashing the nastiest, most electrifying player in the game right now. His name is Primetime. He's 4-0. He's been studying with the Shaolin monks. And baby, he's gonna rip that belt right off of Dan Murrell's stonewashed jeans.
Paul Oakenfold. Whatever. I don't think
think he stands a chance here. He's playing the best of all time here. I mean, there was a picture 3 years ago. He took a picture with Dan.
Talk a lot of trash about, lots of people in this league, but Dan is someone that I respect and someone that I want to beat very badly, and we're going to make it happen.
I like that he respects the game, and he respects the game's history. This is going to be a fight.
Murrell's like a wooden nickel, okay? Prime time is the Bitcoin of the Schmoedown. His price is surging, and when he takes that belt, he's going to be the gold standard.
Actually, Bitcoin is down this week.
Zipper, what did
I get where people want this to go. I'm the establishment. I'm the old blood. It's time for a new person on the throne. I don't want to give up that throne. There's chaos going on in this league. It needs someone at the top who can hold things together. That's what I'm here to do.
What happened last time Dan played someone from the fan leagues?
Oh, not one loss. 2 losses? You might be thinking the third time's the charm, but your time's up. Prime time's now.
Well, there you have it. Dan Murrell and Paul Oyama. Now, like I said before, Dan Murrell, actually, this will be the 5th time he's defended the belt.
Today.
If he wins today. No, but this is what today.
It's number 5.
But all time. However, he's only defended it once during this run, and the new commissioner, Robert Meyer Burnett, has now made a rule that you've got to defend that belt 4 times before you get an automatic rematch. So there's no automatic rematch for anybody if Dan Murrell loses.
The Emperor does not have new clothes. He's walking around the studio naked.
He really is. He really is. But Dan Murrell, Paul Oyama, are you ready to get going? What's that tail of the tape? You got it?
I am very excited about the tail of the tape here today, because if you look at a guy like Dan Murrell, you know he knows his way around Spielberg movies, and you know that he is a big fan of A Galaxy Far, Far Away, and of course I'm referring to Star Trek. With Paul Oyama, the guy's very good when you look at genres, when you look at either a comedy or an action flick. Oyama's got it. The breadth of knowledge is the most impressive thing about both these competitors. It's very hard for them to meet a wheel slice they don't like in round number 2.
That's right. All right, well, with that, you ready to get going?
I think I just showed that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown!
You can feel the tension and the excitement in the crowd. It's in the air.
5 rounds for the movie trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challenger, representing the dungeon, led to the ring by his manager, Kaiser, with a record of 4 wins, no defeats, and 1 knockout. Prime time, Paul Oyama! And there he is, the challenger, the young challenger, the whole dungeon, Schmidt, and Kaiser's going to be Kaiser's first championship. This could be Kaiser's first championship as a manager.
He is wearing a shirt that represents the Iowa faction of the Slipknot fan base.
Yep. Very interesting. As you have the young challenger as he sits down waiting.
It is interesting you bring up Kaiser because this is a big matchup for the competitor, sure, but also Manager of the Year shades, baby.
Possible. Roxy Strider already has a title this year.
I brought you an extra toothpick, Ellis, just to sway your vote.
Oh, there you go. What do you think?
I know how to chew and swallow my food, so no wooden instrument necessary.
And his opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, led to the ring by his manager, Tom Dagnino and Mark Riley, with a record of 12 wins, 4 defeats, and 8 knockouts. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Murrell! The champ is here.
The champ to an ovation, Mark Riley, the legend, Tom Dagnino, another Manager of the Year competitor. So a lot going on here in this matchup.
You talk about managers also. This is Dagnino's first manager with Dan as champion.
He wants to make sure that he keeps it. And small fact.
Nice handshake.
Yeah,
between
yeah.
Murrell
Well,
and
that's what Dan
Oyama.
is. Dan's classy here. Shaking the hand in the dungeon. Look at Kaiser and Dagnino. What's he saying to him?
He's whispering something. He may be asking to borrow a toothpick, or he may be offering the toothpick he offered to me.
Whatever it is, I mean, nobody is in the favor of Robert Burnett, so it looks like everybody's going to be on the same page
You're
here.
a few ponies short of your stable, aren't you? Where's Roca watching CMT? Time's up, sweatshop boys.
All right, so representing
With
Slipknot
that
and
And the New York Mets, two all-time great franchises.
All right, so Mark, the competitors have sat down. The managers, thank God, are out of the way,
They're
and
done.
now it is time to read the rules of round number 1 of this championship match.
I don't read them, they come from my head, and those rules are: the 5-round match kicks off with round number 1. Predictably, you get 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question's worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question to the field, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, please show your whiteboard to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I will remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you need a question repeated, you want to buy yourself an extra 15 seconds, ask for a JTE rule. And again, it's a 5-round match, so use them wisely. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the duration of the match.
All right, so with that, we ask the champion, are you ready?
Let's do this.
We ask the challenger.
Set your clocks. Let's do this.
Let's get ready to
Schmoedown!
Here we go. Question number 1 in the realm of action-adventure. Who played Dr. Abigail Chase in National Treasure?
Secrets out in the studio. 1 sport coat between the 2 of us, and you draw the lucky number today.
She's a
That's
blonde.
right. Thank you so much.
You're dressed messy. You're dressed like the guy that helps you move.
3,
Can't remember her name.
1. We'll start with the champ.
I don't know. But Charlize Theron, but I don't know.
It's incorrect. Paul?
Diane Kruger?
That's correct. Paul Oyama strikes
Right.
first. Paul Oyama strikes first.
Oyama,
Okay.
big national treasure guy.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Next question is in coming-of-age movies. Coming-of-age films, and your question. Bo Burnham wrote and directed this 2018 coming-of-age film. It was never a genre like a blockbuster. You walk in, they never had coming-of-age.
Well, they might have. We
call
just
them
didn't see it.
dramas,
5,
right?
4. Depends on who you are. 3,
Comedy sometimes.
2, 1. Pens down. Paul?
Gucci, 8th grade.
Yes. And
Like and subscribe. 8th grade.
2-1. All right, 2-1. Okay. All right. Next question comes from animated. What popular animated characters had their own 2005 feature titled The Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
You got a family, right?
I think so.
What's the animated movie that y'all keep coming back to?
Well, Aladdin right now is everywhere. And live action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Dan Murrell.
Care Bears?
Wallace and Gromit?
Yes, Paul.
Wallace and Gromit.
Correct. Paul Oyama staying with that lead. 3-2 over the champ.
All right, your next question comes in the world of dramas. That is a category.
Yes, it is.
At Blockbuster.
Yes, yes. Oh, sorry.
Wrong category, Christian. Shot your load early. Your question, who played the racist deputy in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri?
Did you see that, Mark?
I did, and I have a question for you. Is Ebbing a real town in Missouri? Do you know that?
I believe it is.
We should go. We should do a Schmoedown.
Sure.
I just know Sam Rockwell was in it.
3, 2,
I don't know if that's the
1.
answer.
Prime time.
Sam Rockwell.
Yes, Dan
There were a
Murrell.
lot of racists, but I picked Sam Rockwell.
Figures it was Sam Rockwell.
He was the racist deputy. He was the racist deputy. All right, next question. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who directed the 1987 sci-fi film RoboCop? RoboCop. Love that RoboCop. Did you hear that they're going to use the suit in the
In what?
Paul Verhoeven.
or the reboot? 5.
They're rebooting Robo?
4. Yeah, with the Boom Camp 3.
I've gotten so dumb
2.
since I stopped hosting movie
Pretty
talk.
dumb. 1. Pens down, please. And Dan Murrell.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes. And Paul.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes. Okay. 5-4.
He also directed the Oscar-winning Showgirls. Your next question.
He sure did.
From the movie release dates category. Movie release dates, your query is: Good Night and Good Luck
Munich, and Brokeback Mountain all came out in what year? 3 movies, very different.
2005.
Already done, and so is Dan.
Yeah, and we should point out at this point, Oyama throwing a perfect
Right now,
round
he's
number 1.
5-4. 5-4, yes. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We start with Paul Oyama.
Unfortunately, also crashed. 2005.
Yes, and Dan.
2005.
Correct. 6-5. 6-5 with the challenger still holding that 1-point lead. Horror Thriller is your next. Horror/thriller. What breed of dog terrorizes Dee Wallace in 1983's Cujo?
Great question.
I like it.
Like it a lot.
Of dog.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Saint Bernard.
The answer is not Siamese.
No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Murrell?
I prefer Beethoven, but it's a Saint Bernard.
Yes, it is. Paul?
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. A tie game.
Wow, the crowd exploded with that one.
Well, because it was that perfect game, but now it's
Yeah.
even. It's even. It's that 1 point. You just felt it. Wow. 6-6 as we get to our final question. No perfect round for either one. Tie
Right.
game. And our next question, Mark.
But you and I having a perfect match thus far, and we continue with Patreon questions. This comes courtesy of Schmoedown patron Jeremy Hastings. Thank you, Jeremy.
Man, watch his reaction videos too, by the way.
Jeremy Hastings, a great fan, and you can be a great fan as well. Join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe someday a sleeveless man will read your name during a match. Jeremy Hastings wanted the category of, are you guys ready? Comedies. That's what he wanted. That was... What great laughter. All right, and your question. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, how many questions needed to be answered correctly in order to pass the Bridge of Death?
I love this question.
The funniest film of all time. Do you ratify that claim?
No, but it's up there.
What do you got? Step Brothers?
Yeah, I'm going with
7.
maybe. Nah, Caddyshack.
Caddyshack's good.
Caddyshack's
5,
Naked Gun.
4, 3, 2,
Airplane.
1. Pens down, and we're going to go to you first, Mr. Oyama.
3.
Yes, it is.
Dan.
3.
Tie game.
3.
Wow, what a first round we had there with the challenger Oyama hanging toe-to-toe with the champ 7-7 as we get into round number 2. Mark, how does that go?
This is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. The wheel emerges. You're going to see a bunch of different slices from different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown galaxy. And as we see the wheel emerge, I will note to the competitors and all the fans watching out there, as well as to my compatriot Christian Harloff, there is no opponents and no spinner's choice on the wheel, as mandated by the current champion Dan Murrell. That is
Damn right, Ellis.
So it is 12 different slices of movie trivia
So
know-how.
well last time,
Each
here's something.
slice contains 4 questions therein. Each question is worth 2 points. So there's a maximum of 8 points that you can earn on your own, but there's also stealing available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer to a question you're asked, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, you still got the JTE rules, and you also still each have retained your challenge. Dan Murrell and Oyama are tied, Christian. Since Murrell has that wonderful belt in front of him, he has the option to spin first, or you may defer to your bespectacled opponent.
Since I'm the old man in this match, I'll spend a little more time in my easy chair and have Paul go first.
Paul Oyama's going to get up there and spin from the wheel and off the pegs.
There's Paul. Paul's looking. What's he going to
Here he goes. That is a very colorful wheel.
It is indeed.
A lot of good stuff out there. Kaiser spotting him as he spins the wheel.
It's a big match for Kaiser, man. This is, like, again, first
Gets him into
time
that
in.
conversation.
Yeah, it does.
for a
First time in the
manager.
league. I mean, he already had Smets in the number 1
Yeah.
contender. Here's Oyama in the championship match here. And what's going to happen? I think Oyama's already proven.
Round
he
and
knows his
round
stuff.
it goes. We could be looking
Robin
at
Williams.
Robin Williams.
No, Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino. What are we going to do here on Quentin Tarantino?
All right, he's thinking about it, and Kaiser's still wondering who Quentin Tarantino is. He's going to take it.
All right, so the kid's going to take Tarantino.
All right, so Oyama selects Tarantino, director we've seen a fair number of in Schmoedown matches past.
All right, here we go. All right, Paul, what actor, best known for roles in 80s and 90s television, played plantation owner Spencer Big Daddy Bennett in Django Unchained?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don Johnson.
Correct for 2 points.
Came down to the wire. You ever see that Miami Vice Good show?
That's right. In Inglourious Bastards, what was Fassbender's Lieutenant Archie Hickok's profession prior to joining the British Army?
Multiple choice.
Was he A, a dairy farmer, B, a film critic, C, a cinema owner, D,
Cinema owner?
soccer player?
Cinema owner.
It's incorrect. Dan, the choices are A, dairy farmer, B, film critic, C, cinema owner, D, soccer player.
He was a film critic.
That is correct for 1 point. Yep.
Wonder why he'd know that.
All right. Paul, Michael Keaton appears in which Quentin Tarantino directed film?
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
For 2 points. And final question. Which martial arts legend plays the sword maker Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill?
Sonny Chiba.
Correct for 2 more points. So,
Wow.
One steal there.
That was his stuff.
Yeah, 1 steal there, and now it's 13-8. But Dan has his chance now to spin the wheel. He wants to look for something that he's pretty good at here, too, to see if he can get himself maybe a lead.
That's right. He could maximum of 8 points out there right now. But again, much like Murrell did to Oyama, stealing's available. So Oyama could be looking to pad his lead even.
Yeah, so it's one point stolen from Oyama, from the champion. And now he finds himself.
It all depends on what he can get.
But see, you got to still be feeling pretty good if you're Oyama. 5 points over on the champ right now. It's like, and it just depends on what Dan hits here.
That's right. Round and round that wheel goes. He gave it a healthy spin. That is a Flintstone vitamin strong spin.
New releases.
New releases. Dan talks about movies a lot. Here comes Tom Dagnito to offer sage advice.
Now remember, Dan sees a lot of stuff, though. That's the question.
The words of wisdom emerging from that beard.
Yeah, Dan's out seeing a lot of movies, and the question is,
Yeah.
he's gonna keep
new releases.
He's good.
So
He's good. That's why
Dan
I'm
Murrell trails by 5, and he's looking at 4 questions now, each one worth a maximum of 2 points. Your first one, Dan. Who directed Welcome to Marwen?
Robert Zemeckis.
2 points.
right.
All right, so Dan has cut the lead to 3. And your next question in the world of new releases. You can find the character of Shank, voiced by Gal Gadot, and her game Slaughter
Ralph
Race.
breaks the internet.
What animated film?
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yes, he does, and that would be the sequel to Wreck-It Ralph. All right, your next question. Who plays Frank's wife Dolores in Green Book?
Linda Cardellini.
2 more points. All right, and your last question. In Creed 2, who plays boxing trainer Tony Little Duke Evers?
Dude from Remember the Titans.
Multiple choice, please.
I can provide that. Is it A, Russell Hornsby, B,
Wood
Coleman
Harris.
Domingo,
Wood
C,
Harris.
Michael Beach, or D, Wood Harris?
Wood Harris. Wood Harris.
Wood Harris.
That is correct, and Dan Murrell has a 2-point lead. That's almost a perfect match. He had a maximum of 16 points he could have had. He got 15, now he's got a 2-point lead.
He was down by 5, he's up by 2, and now we get to, now there's 5 rounds in this championship
5
match.
big
So we're
rounds.
Round number 3, which is the betting round. Mark, how's that go?
Get ready, gamblers. This is your round because the wheel is going to be spun by Dan Murrell. In just a second here, you can rest in your easy chair for a moment as I finish the rules. Once we settle on a category, each competitor is going to wager an amount of points. These points can be as little as 0. They can be as many as 3. You can wager 1 or 2, depending on your confidence in said genre. Once we get your wager up here at the answer desk, the question will be administered.
and then we'll ask you each individually for your answer. Please write down your answer on the whiteboard. Do not verbalize it into the microphone until we ask you to do so by name. If you get that question correct, you gain as many points as you wagered. If you get the question wrong, you lose that amount of points. So wager conservatively, perhaps. It's a championship match, Crispin.
Well, the champ is going to get a chance to spin right now, and we'll find out exactly what they're going to be wagering on in just a moment as he gets up there. And here is the spin. The last time we'll see the wheel here today. That's rivaling a Clark Wolf.
There it goes. Bunch of competitors waiting out back, ready to have their way with that wheel. Office Space.
Yeah, the question is, where is this going to land here too, and who will it favor, if either one or maybe both?
I mean, they both know so much about so many
really
movies,
do.
but I see a slice coming through almost Star Trek.
Horror. Well, that's interesting. What are their strengths on horror?
So they're writing down their wager now. Please write down your wager based on your strength of the category. And as soon as you write your wager down, you can just flip it over to make sure we can see it up here.
All right, here we go, guys. Here's your question. John Franklin plays a sinister young preacher named Isaac Kroner, who leads a cult that murders all the adults in the town of Gatelin. In what film? Based on a Stephen King story.
You know, the way you asked that question, I felt like I was watching the film.
Thank you.
I was riveted.
Thank you. That's the way I would pitch it in a room. That'd be good?
It's a good elevator pitch.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Yes! Yep. Do it again.
John Franklin plays a sinister young preacher named Isaac Kroner, who leads a cult that murders all the adults in the town of Gatlin. In what film based on a Stephen King story?
I got bored halfway through.
That's fine.
Sequel's never as good.
It doesn't really work as well. Just trying too hard.
You open too fast.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Dan. How many points?
1 point.
And?
Children of the Corn.
And how many points, Paul?
2.
And you said?
Sleep Talkers.
You're incorrect. Dan is correct. Dan gets a point. Paul loses 2.
And that's what happens in the betting round. Christian, what a swing. Dan Murrell now has a 5-point lead. Paul Oyama so close because the answer is Children of the Corn, but I will point out in the film Sleepwalkers, somebody gets stabbed with a stalk of corn.
That's right.
It happens.
Right, you're absolutely right.
It happens.
But because of it now, the champion sees himself with a 5-point lead as we get into this speed round. Oyama needs to have a great round here because the betting round just set him back tremendously.
Yeah.
And
but you want to talk about how to catch up in a championship format? Look no further than round number 4. As Christian said, that is the speed round, the lightning round. The buzzers are coming out, and it is about to get exciting.
All right, Mark, how does the speed round work in the championship round?
In the championship round, the speed round works as thus. Each competitor has a buzzer in front of them. Christian Hoff's going to be asking 5 questions. As soon as the question is asked, you do not need to wait until the end of the question. As soon as you think you know it, you may hit that buzzer. Whoever's buzzer lights up green first, I will say your first name. I'll say Dan, or I'll say Paul, and you have exactly 2 seconds to answer correctly. If you get it right within 2 seconds, you gain a point. If you get it wrong or you don't answer correctly within the 2-second time frame, you lose a point. It's not only a speed round, I read the rules very fast.
It was good, though. All right, so we'll ask first the champion. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Challenger, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Here we go. Daniel Craig took on the role of 007.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale.
That's correct. For the first time in what 2006 James Bond film? Question 2. Name the film from the following characters: Haywood, Warden Norton,
Shawshank
Captain
Redemption.
Hackett, Red Brooks.
Dan.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Yep.
Question 3. Who directed Wall Street?
Paul. Oliver Stone.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right. 4-point game, 2 questions remain.
Who played ballerina Nina Sayers?
Paul. Natalie Portman.
Yes, that's correct.
Swan Queen and Black Swan. We have one more. Paul can pull to within 2 points going into round 5.
Which one of the following actors has not played Hamlet in a film? Kenneth Branagh
Josephine.
or Mel Gibson?
Paul. Joseph Fiennes.
Yes, correct.
There he is.
Good speed round. Finds himself within 2 now, and now it's a game once again. He was down with 5, now going in 2 points into the final round here, Mark. This is a good spot to be if you're Paul Oyama.
You know, I don't want to sign us up for the Psychic Advisor hotline, but we kind of foretold this, where we said, look, Dan got a lead, but this is the lightning round, and Paul Oyama, true to form, he's quick, he's youthful, he's got energy on his side, and he really was fast on the buzzer with the hands and the movie trivia know-how. It's now a 2-point game, and like you said, anybody's match. This is the championship level contention that we were hoping to get.
All right, so now we get to the 5th and final round, the championship round here. Mark, how does it work?
In the championship match, round number 5 is the last round, unless we go to sudden death overtime. In this round, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each of you. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different category of movie, trivia, Schmoedown know-how. The first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. It's been a great match from both you, Paul. A worthy number 1 contender at the very least, maybe a future champion. Dan Murrell, you're the current champion, and you have a 2-point lead, so you're going to give us your series of numbers first. What feels lucky, sir?
6, 13, and 1.
6, 13, and 1 for the champion. For the challenger?
8, 17, and 11.
8, 17, and 11 for the challenger. And we start with the challenger who took category number 8 to start off here. Category number 8, war movies. War movies. Paul, who directed the 1987 film Empire of the Sun?
Your boy, Steven Spielberg.
Tie it up.
He is close personal friends with Dan Murrell.
That's right. All right, so now we shift to Dan, who chose category 6.
That's right, Dan. You picked category number 6, and this is your 2-point question. And your 2-point question is going to come from the category of Pixar movies. And your question: Emperor Zurg is the arch nemesis of which Pixar character?
Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and beyond.
All right.
2-point lead once again for Dan Murrell. Back to Oyama for his 3-point.
Back to Oyama for category number 17 is what you chose, and that's the category of the 2000s. The 2000s. All right. Here we go. Here's the next question. In adaptation, who plays Susan Orleans, author of the nonfiction book, The Orchid Thief, that is being turned into a film?
Meryl Streep.
That's correct. All right.
There you go. He knows what the fans like. There they are. There they go.
And now we get to Dan Murrell. Dan Murrell's 3-pointer, which
He
is
selected
category 13.
number 13. That's right. Dan Marino's famous Dolphins number, and that corresponds to your 3-point question, Dan. We're looking at the category of animated movies, animated films, and your question, lo and behold, which Pixar film features the vocal talents of Brad Garrett and Janine Garofalo?
Ratatouille.
5, 4, 3.
Monsters, Inc.
Looking for Ratatouille. Thank you.
All right, so we come down to this. Dan Murrell has to hit his 5-pointer. If he hits his 5-pointer, then it'll bounce back to Oyama for his 5. However, if Dan Murrell misses the 5, Paul Oyama is the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion, and Dan chose category number 1.
Is he still going to be number 1 is the question, and that number 1 corresponds to the category of biopics.
Where's Roka when I need him?
Biopics. And your question for 5 points and a 4-point lead over Paul Oyama is: who plays astronaut Ed White, Neil Armstrong's friend and neighbor in First Man?
Haven't seen the film.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
First one.
Do that. Who plays astronaut Ed White, Neil Armstrong's friend and neighbor in First Man? All on the line here. There's no sudden death.
5, 4,
3.
I'm not going to draw this
2.
out. Giovanni or BC, I don't know.
And your winner and new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, primetime Paul Oyama. Oyama is the youngest movie trivia Schmoedown champion. The answer
Dude, Jason Clark.
Jason Clark was the answer. Jason Clark was the answer.
Wow, what a contest.
Paul Oyama takes it. My God, and he earned it. He earned it there because he took it. Dan said it. He doesn't draw it out. He didn't know. He didn't know it, and that was it. Paul Oyama's going to New York. Paul Oyama will be defending the championship against either Ben Bateman, Kalinowski, or Snyder. The champion is Paul Oyama. He is still not lost. He is the youngest champion this league has ever seen.
Wow.
He has never lost a match. And look at that kid. He's super excited. He is now the movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world.
You know, Christian, you give him all those accomplishments, the kid might get a big head. He might have to get a bigger pair of sunglasses because this guy, he is clearly ready for his nickname, Primetime. And you go back to round number 3, where Dan Murrell just runs through the betting round. Now he's got a 5-point lead, but that betting round, that speed run, we've seen time and time again, fortunes change hands so quickly. Oyama got himself back in the ball game, poised to pounce, and he did just that against maybe the greatest player in Schmoedown history.
Ever, and it was back and forth. It was a fight that they were, I mean, you looked what Dan did in the first round coming back, then he was up by 5. Paul Oyama had the speed round is what really saved him for sure, and Dan, missed with the 3 and the 5, and that's all she wrote, as Paul Oyama only had to hit his 2 and his 3, and he now stands as the movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world. He is Paul Oyama. All right, so Paul Oyama is now the movie trivia Schmoedown champion, but once again, the legend Dan. Remember this too that we haven't brought up. Now this is not necessarily that he's going to use this. He still's got his title shot.
He's got it in his back pocket still.
We don't know. Is he going to use that for this? Will he use it for teams? We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll get a little bit of that information out from Emma Fife, who is now with the Horsemen, with Mark Riley, Tom Dagnino, and the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion Dan Murrell. Take it away, Emma.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Emma Fife here with Tom Dagnino, Mark Riley, and Dan Murrell, what is president of the Horseman faction here today. Dan, tough loss, man, really.
I lost it. Just straight out, like, just didn't know it. I mean, there's no other storyline to go with it. I just straight up didn't know the answers, and I played a little tight. I played, I was lucky enough to have a lead. I played a little, I wouldn't call it conservatively, but strategically in the early rounds. I don't think that would have changed the result. I left 8 points on the table in the final round. I don't think any change in my betting or speed round performance would have changed that. I don't think there's any asterisks. I didn't know as much as he did.
Sometimes you just get questions you don't know the answer to, and that's where we are. Tom, are you disheartened by this loss today? The Horsemen have been having a little bit of a time lately.
Yeah, I mean, to say we didn't need a win here would be crazy.
Yeah.
We put our best player in there, and unfortunately it didn't happen. I mean, look, I had a great speed round, and I thought we had a nice 6-7 point lead, and he didn't waver, and he won fair and square. Congrats to the whatever their names are, the sweatshop boys.
The dungeon, but I think that there is some truth in what you say there, probably. Well, Dan Murrell, we have seen you come back from defeats before, though, so I have a feeling you're going to go home and watch some Pixar movies.
I had 2 areas of interest that I was going to focus on for this match, and Pixar was the one I didn't choose. I don't know if that would have changed it. Paul knows a lot. He obviously knew the answer to my Pixar question, which is always great to hear that from an opponent at the table. I appreciate being dunked on like that when I'm not winning, so that's always lovely. But it's literally, you have the vast knowledge of cinema to pull from. You can only study as much as you can study. You can only prepare as much as you can prepare. Sometimes you just hit a damn question you just don't know.
Yeah, and that is definitely what happened here today. I think that this has done not to mar your splendid reputation here in the Schmoedown, Dan.
I will say I am like 5-0, run to the belt. Obviously, I know what that's like. That is super impressive, and I think Paul is a young player, both in age, which makes me feel even older, and in this game. What I will say, if I was going to offer a piece of unsolicited advice, would be that the run, you've won. So the underdog stories are over. The days when people are underestimating you are over. The days when someone's going to sleep on you and not think that you're someone that could be underestimated and ignored is over. Heavy lies the head that wears the crown or the belt in this case. So my advice to Paul would be get ready, because there's no more underdog story anymore. The underdogs are the ones that are coming for you, and they're coming for you every single game.
Very well said, Dan Murrell. Yeah.
It's easier to become a star than to stay one. So we'll see what he can do.
We'll see, and we will see what he has to say about his victory here today in just a moment.
I mean, did you expect anything more from Dan Murrell? Well, what a great statement by Dan Murrell, and then a post-credit scene by Tom Dagnino. Right. And I think that Murrell makes a very good point when he says, heavy lies the head that wears the crown. It's not a crown, it's a belt, but it's the same situation, is that now everybody knows that Paul Oyama is the top of the mountain, and I think you see this time and time again in sports, is that you have a run that it's easier to get to number one and get on top than it is to stay on top. Paul Oyama's got a storied career to be had in the Schmoedown, and this is just another step, but will this be the last step before he takes a step backwards?
Well, you look at what the kid's done already, too. You know, he is 5-0, and we haven't seen that in a long time. 5-0 to the belt. The last person to go 5-0 and win a belt in a single season was the former Intergeekdom champion Mark Anopik. So this is another rookie. Now, he is the youngest champion to ever hold it. The Dungeon is riding strong here with the championship, but Dan Murrell said it right. You already have Kalinowski, you already have Snyder, and another horseman, Ben Bateman, all eyeing down. I'm sure Emma Fife is going to ask about that New York event that happens on August 31st. So there's a lot of things happening here, but she is with the brand new Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, primetime Paul Oyama.
And we are back with the youngest Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion in Movie Trivia Schmoedown history, Paul Oyama. You must be feeling pretty proud of your accomplishments today.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I've been working for this for a long time, and I knew that I was ready for it. My faction mates did as well. They believed in me just as they should. But yeah, this is, I mean, the biggest part of my career thus far.
Now, going into the speed round, you were down by quite a lot. Were you feeling sort of nervous, or did that just make you kind of put your nose to the grindstone and go, okay, here is where I need to make up the point deficit?
No, I knew that as long as I ended the speed round within 5 points, that I think it was pretty manageable. Because anything can happen on a 5-point question. They can be tough. So yeah, I just came in prepared, and I just figured I would play my game. If he got to the buzzer first, so be it. But I was going to be quick on that, and it paid off, I guess, eventually at the end of the day. Absolutely.
Now, Kaiser, you must be feeling pretty proud of your young protege's victory here today, assuming he is your protege. You just kind of came in and claimed him, so there's that.
Well, first of all, Emma, I was just texting with the mayor. We're trying to figure out a good date to have a parade here in downtown Los Angeles. You are invited. You can ride in the car with me and Prime.
Oh, boy.
You know, the pundits got it all wrong. You know, the pipsqueaks out there that want to write all this horse crap about me not being a good manager. You got the crew on Collider Live. They don't know their butts from a hole in the ground. They want to flap about how bad a manager I am. Well, how's that for bad managing? Because it's prime time. He's 5-0. He fears no man or woman in this league, and I want to just get him to the next match. Let's get it on. Who are we facing next? Are you even the commissioner?
I'm temporarily demoted, I guess. Here I am. Well, I mean, obviously there is the big New York event that's coming up that you'll now be participating in.
Very well liked in New York.
Great. I guess they don't know you all that well in New York. Yeah, so what's your strategy going forward to prepare for that event?
Well, clearly sending him out to the monastery worked. I got the monks and the Shaolins and all those guys. They know how to put him through the good training. So maybe we'll send you back out for another run. But, you know, we got the Smasher and the Zip here. They've been nothing but great partners. They've been quizzing this kid day and night. These guys work together. They're a great team. And I think everyone's gone out there and proved it. Our record proves it. Smash is on his way back. Zip's on a run. I'm looking forward to the dungeon. But right now, we got a new champion of the world. And I told you that it was prime time. I told you it was going to happen.
Well, you said it, and it turns out you weren't just running your mouth, because here we are. So congratulations to you again, Paul. Paul, how are you feeling about going to New York?
Prepared. I mean, I just played Dan Murrell, and with all due respect to anyone I might be playing, they're not Dan Murrell. I'm going to come prepared all the same, but, you know, this is where the actual, you know, matches start, I think, in a way. Defending the belt is a whole other beast, like kind of Dan mentioned, and yeah, I'll be ready. I hope they come ready, because I'm defending this thing.
And who do you hope they are?
I don't care.
Give us Bateman, the Men's Warehouse model. I don't care who you put up there. Kalinowski, whatever. Just get somebody to New York.
Wow.
Because I'm really hungry. I want cannolis. I want that pizza. I haven't had that in a while living out here in LA.
Ben got an upgrade, no longer a JCPenney suit model. He's now working with Men's Warehouse. So congratulations again to you, Paul. I mean, this is a tremendous achievement, and we look forward to seeing you defend that belt in New York in August. Now back to you, Mark and Christian.
Well, there he is, Mark, the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the youngest champion we've ever seen, 22 years old. Primetime, Paul Oyama. Better never change that song. What a great song that is.
It's a good tune, Christian, but I'm watching this interview, and I'm just thinking, like, it's not even a celebration for them today, where they're just so focused on the live event in New York, and I think that that's really where your mind goes. And if I'm coaching Paul Oyama or his manager, I'm saying, look, kid, take some time to enjoy this, because you don't know if you're ever going to see that belt again when you have to defend it. So take some time to just appreciate what you've been able to achieve in your young career before you start thinking about the live fans and the cannolis and the pies and all that stuff.
You're 100% right, because look at what the former champion Dan Murrell just said. There's going to be people coming after that belt tomorrow. I mean, now you look at already, because they're going to want to knock this kid off of his perch. You got Bateman or Snyder or Kalinowski. Any one of those guys is going to want to be coming for him, right, too? But then again, Dan Murrell, he still has that shot. Dan Murrell, if he wanted to, could go to New York, wait for him to play one of those guys, and then play him right afterwards.
You can make us stay here and do a rematch. I mean, the guy controls our fate a little bit too.
You're absolutely right. If Dan Murrell wanted to, he could say, let's just do it all again right now. But either way, Dan Murrell is out there with that shot. But Paul Oyama is the man with the belt at the moment. But tomorrow is the big event in Comic-Con. If you're going to be at Comic-Con, make sure that you get your tickets. You don't have to have a ticket or a badge to the actual Comic-Con convention, but you can come see us Saturday. That's tomorrow night. Rachel the Crusher Cushing puts the Inner Geekdom Championship on the line as she goes head-to-head with Mike Kalinowski for the belt. The Smasher, Kevin Smets, goes up against the Haymaker, Adam Lavick. That will also be available for the live stream. If you want to get that right now. You can still get it. That is the Schmoedownlive.com to get that event. But August 31st, if you're going to be in New York, you can see the new champion, Paul Oyama, defend that championship against either Ben Bateman, Snyder, or Kalinowski, so get your tickets now.
The Schmoedownlive.com is the place to be, and also check out TriviaSD.com. That's the latest for all the updates, the rankings, all sorts of goodies on there, courtesy of the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Check out the Facebook page as well, and obviously enjoy us wherever you enjoy your podcast in audio form. Thanks to our friends at Himalaya. Christian, it's been quite a match here today, quite a lightning round, quite a betting round, and obviously you had a belt change hands. These live events are going to be fun, bud.
The live event's going to be really
gotta get our rest.
And like you said, also make sure you go on to Apple Podcasts, listen to any one of our shows here and the Schmoedown Rundown just by going to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
Sam, I'm your new boss. Sure. Well, I can take over the singles competition. Go right ahead. I'm going to change the rules. Change whatever you want. Oh, I think I want this office. Yeah. Oh, you're funny. See you in 30 days. Tell them the place burned down. Let's go. chaos. Chaos.
Alright, guys, hope you enjoyed.
Well, congrats to Paul, man. You did it. You were a Fan League champion, and now you are the Schmoedown champion. Congrats to you. You earned it. You fought hard, scraped, and you took down the GOAT. That's no easy task, and you did it. It's going to be interesting to see who you're going to defend that belt against. If I had to pick one person, I think you're going to be defended against Kalinowski. Kalinowski's a man on a mission. He's playing tomorrow night. Try to get the IG belt back from Cushing. Now, I don't think he'll beat Cushing, because I think she owns him. But we'll have to wait and see tomorrow night. It's going to be quite the extravaganza. But, great match. Couldn't ask for anything better from a championship. Kudos to you both. Dan, you're still the GOAT. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.